Hi, it's Angela, and I am here with your weekly guidance. This is a general card read from August 6th through to the 12th. And if you are finding me here on Divinely Connected Podcast, please make sure that you follow me on my Facebook as I'm very active there with other content throughout the week at Psychic Medium Angela McClellan. All right, we are starting out the energy of this week. It's a little bit feeling a little bit unsure of ourselves because there is some reassurance that's coming in. One, validating that you're on the right path, but also that you are so amazing and that there is literally nothing that you cannot do. There is this need to believe in yourself. Okay. And there's also this little bit of need to bring in some balance. It's like mentally we are just zooming, right? And because it is going so quickly, there is this feeling of there is like, I can't keep up. I can't keep up. I can't keep up. Right. And so there needs to be a little bit of this, balance coming in, and it does need to be this sense of getting that hamster off the wheel, right? So there's a lot happening mentally, and so there is this need to kind of take this step back. Now it's so interesting because I'm like, why are we doing this? Where is this coming from, guys? And I don't know if it's because we have the two super moons this month, and it's really kind of shaking things up so that we can learn what we need to learn and get through what we need to get through, that type of thing. But there is this feeling of like, oh my God, like I literally can't, like we just breathe. Right. And so, one, slow down. Two, remind yourself that you are amazing and that there is nothing that you cannot do. I mean, you have an amazing track record. You have already survived 100% of the things that life has thrown at you up to this point, right? And so there is this feeling of like we need to disconnect. I also would recommend as well and balancing and clearing your energy, because this almost frantic energy is then supported by frantic energy, or like mucky energy, right? So wanting to do a clearing meditation for yourself, for your body's energy body, as well as your home, wanting to clear out the energy that way, this will then create, an environment that supports kind of coming down a notch, slowing down, bringing your energy, grounding, getting out into Mother Nature. If you live by water, getting into a natural body of water, all of these things are going to be really helpful to create this for you. Okay. We just pulled the ego card, not surprised, because the ego loves it and feeds off of this energy. Now, listen to what this card says, because I just find it so accurate for this message. It says, the illusion of entrapment, a lack of self confidence that makes you feel helpless, being afraid to take action. Take responsibility for your life now. Okay. One, let's start with that first sentence. The illusion of being entrapped. So our ego loves to make us feel like we're not good enough, that we can't do it, that we couldn't possibly do it on our own, or we couldn't possibly trust within our own knowledge, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Right. And so this is coming in a way of being like, no, 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 that's an illusion. That is not what is true. You need to take responsibility for yourself right now. If you are feeling out of control, then it's only you that can create control within you, that makes you feel like you're not going to fly off, a cliff type of thing. And so there needs to be some of this self awareness, and there needs to be this sense of um, self realization and self responsibility to create a better feeling experience for you. If there is not enough hours in the day for you to do what needs to get done, well, that list needs to be smaller, or you need to get help with to help you with this list, right? And so this is where that responsibility of saying like, listen, like this is your experience, right? And so this lack of boundaries, or this limiting belief system that is fueling this, is where the change needs to come in. Also pulled the Six of Pentacles, which is saying, the good that you have done is comes back to you, an unexpected inflow of abundance, right? And so this is definitely coming in. Look, there's a freaking ego card again. I'm annoyed. I'm annoyed for all of us. The illusion of being trapped. Accept responsibility for your situation and then make choices that support your path to happiness, right? And so again, we may be looking for someone to come and save us from this and someone to come and do the work for us, but guess what? We need to kind of take responsibility as well as challenge these belief systems that are saying that we are being trapped, saying that our hands are tied, saying that there's no way out, that there's no solution. There always is. Okay. There we go. This makes more sense to me now. Now we have an anxiety card. So this vulnerability, this uncertainty, when we're vulnerable and we can't regulate those emotions so that we lash out and we tantrum and we get spicy with our words, or we pick fights, or right? Because we're actually just scared of whatever it is that's scaring us. That's what's happening. Okay. And so it is coming in with stability, though. It is saying unfounded fear, but that you're expecting the worst. And this is allowing worry to grow out of proportion, and that you're losing sleep here over this situation or potential situation. And they say refocus your thoughts. This again in alignment with the theme message this week of you need to take responsibility for yourself. Your mindset, your mental mind, your belief system is what's creating this sense of suffering this week. It's magnifying it. It's taking that vulnerability, it's taking that anxiety, it's taking that fear and just magnifying it into your life until you're just, can't take it anymore is the feeling. It's very torturous is the feeling that's coming in. So the biggest lesson is that you have the ability at any moment to change the way that you look at things, to change the way that you're experiencing things, processing it, and proceeding through it. And that is really like screeching at you this week. Okay. And unfortunately for us, it does feel like it's coming up in multiple ways. Right. And so the sooner we learn that lesson and bring in that self awareness, the sooner we get through this experience, right? There's also the feeling of around decision making, especially decisions that need a signature, right? So legal, financial, that type of thing. Um, there seems to be a better way. It's not a no, there's a better way. So there is this need to revisit and or slow roll it if you can, right? In the sense of sleeping on it, making sure that this is what you want, kind of not just in a haste to take something, because of this energy this week, we're kind of a little cantankerous. I'm not going to lie. We're going to be a little testy, that we don't want to kind of just in a hasty type of reaction, sign and commit to something that we're not 100% sure of what we're committing to. Okay. There is this feeling of, trying not to juggle. There is no way that you're not going to juggle a few things this week. There is multitasking coming in this week, but like lighten your load as much as you can. And look, there's the other freaking leadership card. It's like that commercial, right? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Self accountability, self awareness, and taking control and leadership role in your life. We get it, all right? We get it, spirit. All joking aside, it says taking the leadership role, stepping into the spotlight, looking, keeping your eye on the big picture. And I think that's what's going to create the stability. The details may feel annoying, and it may not be an easy transition if we're sorting things out or lining things up, but it is going to be worth it in the long run, is the feeling that's coming in. There's a little bit of listening to news. There is definitely children, inner child. It's either we're worrying about children, our children, or inner child is kind of being kicked up this week as well. So there is really that need to hit that pause button as much as possible to give yourself that processing time, and to ground your energy before you make decisions. Look, there's another decision card. Ground your energy before you make a decision. You want to make sure that you are in alignment with your soul self, with your intuition before we are, you know, signing on the dotted line or making these decisions moving forward. Okay. Um, you will do what's right. It's going to work out, right? It is. It's going to be uncomfortable. The ego is being triggered. All the ego cards that are in this deck came out this week. And so your ego is jealousy, is doubt, is fear, is negativity, wanting to quiet down the ego, create room to listen to your intuition, and proceed through there. So, whether you need to do a grounding meditation, whether you need to go for a walk, whether you need to sit in silence, whether you need to howl at the moon, whatever it is that you like to do to kind of get it out of your system so that you can kind of connect with yourself and hear yourself, make sure you do that before you're making decisions. Okay. I'm going to leave that with you. Don't forget, I am here on weekdays with daily messages on Divinely Connected Podcast. I also do additional cards on Psychic Medium Angela McClellan Facebook page. So follow me there as well. All right. Have a great week. I'll be back next Sunday with your weekly guidance.